Oh yes, hi there. I'd like an oil change for my Corsa VXR, please. Yeah, no bother, I can wait. How much? First steps to get our car up on ramps. Usual safety steps apply, make sure it's in gear with the rear wheels chalked up. If you don't have ramps like this, first of all I'd say they're a lot easier than jacking up your car. Otherwise you could just jack up and put your car on axle stands. With oil changes regularly exceeding the £100 mark, we're going to do it ourselves today. We're going to be replacing it with some Shell Helix Ultra 5W30 oil. Now if you look at the bottom here, it says it's Dexos 2 approved. So if you're replacing the oil on your Opel or your Vauxhall, it needs to be Dexos 2 approved. If your car's on warranty and you come in with some sort of fault to the engine, first thing they're going to do is they'll check your oil, and if it's not Dexos 2 oil, they will refuse to cover you on warranty. We're going to replace our sump plug here with a little magnetic one. Just look, it's got a tiny little magnet on the back, and this kind of sort of captures any metal bits that sort of floating through your engine. Tries to keep everything nice and clear. We need a torque wrench here, and that's just to make sure the sump's to the correct torque. A new replacement oil filter. This one here is a Torx T45, and we need a 24mm socket here. So that's everything you'll need. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our Torx T45, and we're going to remove the sump plug here. If you look here, you can see our Mad Forge strut brace that we fitted in a previous episode. If you've not seen that episode, make sure and check that one out. Obviously we've got a tray underneath here, so you need something to catch this oil. While the oil's draining, we're just going to remove the oil filler cap here, and we're just going to place it back on top, and that's just going to allow the air to sort of get through and allow it to flush the rest of the oil out. And obviously by placing that on top, we're going to stop anything else falling inside. So we're going to replace our old sump plug with this new one from Exo Racing. Check them out, they look pretty cool. Remember and replace your sump plug washer here, and that's going to look absolutely awesome underneath the car, where nobody can see it. Right, once it's finished draining, remember to clean your hole. And then fit up your new sump plug under there. So there are new There we go, all done. So here's our old oil. It's looking pretty minging. It looks like quite old stuff. Just give it a quick look and make sure there's nothing floating inside it that shouldn't be. And then dispose of it carefully. It's horrible stuff. Just going to check the oil here. Now that the pan's empty, we can see what else is sort of floating inside it. And we're hoping that our new magnetic sump plug is going to kind of pick up little bits and pieces of this. So next thing we're going to do is remove our oil filter, which is up here next to the cap. That is our 24mm socket. The remaining oil captured within the filter is just going to come pouring out of there. Now we've got our oil filter off, we're just going to have a little look at it, and it really doesn't look too hot. It looks quite damaged, and it looks like it's full of kind of grunge and dirt and all this sort of stuff, so I'm not too happy about it. Really important point is to check that your oil filter seal is there. If it's not there, then it's still going to be attached to the bottom of your car, but it's definitely important that that comes off. If you put on your new oil filter and your new seal, and that seal's still on there, you're going to end up with no protection, you're going to get oil leaks. Not cool. Just going to make sure we clean our filter housing nice and properly and make sure all the old oil's out of there and any bits of gunk and whatever else. New filter comes with a new seal, make sure that goes on. It's fine, while he's fiddling with that I'll show you this. I'm just going to compare the two, make sure the two sort of sets of fitments match, and they do. It's a click-in fitment and it'll only go in one way. And that just goes in. And we're just going to fit up our new filter. It's fine. Next we're going to apply some clean engine oil around here, and it's just going to give us a better seal. Some people use old engine oil. I suppose it doesn't really matter, whatever floats your boat. We've got a cool little gun, so why would you not use that? So just in case people haven't seen sort of the housing, it looks a little bit like this. Obviously this kind of stick is the reason why your oil filter is hollow, because it kind of fits around that. If your oil filter seal is not on the filter, it'll be somewhere around here, up in there. So just get in with a little pick and kind of fish it out. That's fine. We're just going to replace our filter now. Screw it on hand tight and then we'll worry about tighten it up afterwards. So once we've done it enough, you can feel a natural sort of resistance, and that's it snug, and we're not going to bother pushing it any further than that. So we've just spent a little bit of time cleaning everything up. Our top tip, get a roll of this 99p, because you're going to need a whole heap of it. So by doing the oil change ourselves, we've been able to budget for a much more high performance oil here. And I suppose the only way you'll know your oil change is really done properly is if you do it yourself. So that's the stuff we're waiting to put in. Let's do it. 4.5 litres is your oil capacity for the Corsa VXR, and that goes for all of them, so your Nürburgrings and all that sort of good stuff. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start the car and we're just going to get underneath and check for any leaks, make sure everything's sealed up nice and tight. Then we'll get over to flat land and we'll fill it up properly. Now that the car is on flat land, we're going to be checking the oil level with our dipstick. So give it a little clean. We'll be looking for the oil, looking for the oil to be somewhere in between these sort of three little divots. Now because it's nice clear sort of oil, it might be a little bit tricky to see the level, but you're just going to have to peel your eyes. A little touch.
Really doesn't take a lot to affect the level when you're just about there. Mm-hmm. We're just about there.
So you add a little more, aren't you?
It's a little splash more.
Right, that's the oil level there. Now I don't know what's harder, getting the oil level correct or getting this dipstick to focus. It's kind of a 50-50. You can see it's in between the notches now, so that's us. We're going to run the car for about a day, and then we'll check it again and just make sure, you know, the oil level's fine. And once the oil's found itself in all its little nooks and crannies, the oil level might reduce a little bit further. So now's the satisfying bit. It's where you get to sit in your car and you get to reset your oil level. Once you're in the car, if you hit this little menu button on here, it will take you to the remaining oil life. Now it's at 32%, but I just like to keep mine up to date nice and regularly. So you'll see at the bottom it says reset. With this stock here, we're just going to give it a little press and it'll come up, you know, would you like to reset? We're just going to go to yes, and it's done, and it'll go back to 100. Here we go. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see any more content on the VXR or the Cooper S, remember to like and subscribe. Any advice or questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and as always, if there's anything you'd like to see us do to the cars, just drop a comment. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.